I'm just hoping we're... He creeped me out. Stop! Zen face.
Mine's pretty.
It's very pretty. Hello, my little Luxxes. This is another episode of... No, I'm wrong. This is episode 2 of Coffee and Cosplay.
This isn't gonna work.
Yeah, well...
I know.
That's what she said.
I'm gonna be like this the rest of the thing.
So, as I said before... As it dribbles all over your pants. I'll be your adult for the day.
I am not an adult.
Anywho, so welcome to the second episode of Coffee and Cosplay. Obviously, and sadly, so we kind of got a sad clown look going on. Well, except you're in your mask. And I knew the cat would scratch on the door. Let me go get Kitty real quick.
2 years later.
So, have on a little bit of a sad clown look today due to the fact that this is the last episode of Clowning Around for the month of September. But lots of rejoicing as well because next month is October. So we have October's theme going on.
I feel like October's a big thing for you.
Nah. Oh, come here. Hi. Someone wants attention. Come say hi. It's Callie again. She hates us so much. Can't you tell? She's our baby.
What are you doing?
She's our baby. But anyway, so obviously nice and simple and easy for next month's theme for Halloween. We are just going to be doing the theme of This is Halloween. So why not?
Copyright.
Canceled. But for Coffee and Cosplay, since I kind of announced it on the first episode for that one, that it would be real life stories related to the theme. So what better real life theme for me and Archanon than to talk about when we used to be a part of a haunted attraction, very similar to if you went to like haunted barns or haunted houses, but Archanon and I used to do a thing with a group when we were dressed up as clowns.
Or other random things pending the year.
But the last... Was it just the last year or the last 2 years we did clowns? I think it was the last 2.
I can't remember what year we did the first time we really did the clowns was the year everybody was deathly afraid of them. It was either 2018 or 19.
It was. The first time we did it was 2018.
Yeah.
And the second time and the last time we did it was 2019.
And me and Dacklier, who has been mentioned before, decided to do Chevy and Buick because I'm a Buick guy and he's a Chevy guy.
Hopefully I'm putting photos up for you guys right here.
If we find them.
I know where they are. I have them.
Perfect. And we would do a skit. We kind of came up with it on the fly. There was a chainsaw involved. While the attraction was going on, we would put on this skit in which, by the end of said skit, we would light our friend on fire. Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try this at home, kids.
No.
big disclaimer. We did a lot of precautions.
And we shouldn't even have to say, don't try this at home, kids, because kids should not be watching this video, because I even marked this. This is not appropriate for kids. So,
yeah.
Don't try this at home, adults. Don't be like us.
We went through the entire procedure of making sure things were safe. We had fire extinguishers. We had permissions.
Fire extinguishers. The fire department did know that we were doing it. This. We had to show them how we went through the skit.
Style, with a lot of movie magic, watching behind the scenes on how people, take the photos with people on fire and stuff like that, and what the safest routes were for it, and the precautions were on hand. Not saying we're professionals at all, saying that we did what we could do.
Our friend is just a big
pyro.
I was gonna say he's BDSM.
Oh yeah, there's that too. I didn't think about that.
He likes pain,
but he didn't feel pain because he had
the precautions to make sure he wouldn't get burned.
He had coveralls over, and then a denim jacket over that, and we set the denim jacket on fire, in which was a fast burn substance that doesn't stay hot or stay quick.
We could say what it is.
I would prefer not to.
People can look it up online what it was.
We would use an aerosol spray lubricant on his back and make a fireball. He'd be lit up for maybe 10 seconds at best.
And if it would last longer than what it was supposed to, we had other precautions that what we would do. Well, I mean, we could kind of go over what the skit was. The final years that we were doing this haunted attraction, so how it worked was that it was a moving train. So down the tracks, you had all these different skits going on. So when the train would go by it, you could see the skits going on. And so a little different than going through a haunted barn or haunted house or anything like that, where you're just going along and...
Haunted hayride.
It's very similar to a haunted hayride. Very similar to a haunted hayride. So then what our skit was for the final years was that we had two groups. Well, actually, no, by the end there, we were all clowns except for our friend that was lit on fire.
I was the
I guess we had a
ringmaster.
couple. Yeah, I think we had a couple hostages. Yeah. It's just our one friend was the only one who got lit on fire. So the evil clowns that had the hostages and everything.
The evil circus clowns.
The evil circus clowns.
It was. I will attempt to do it, but I would probably be way too loud.
I mean, the windows are closed. It's cold today. Fall hit and it went cold. It was weird.
Summer, first day of fall, it's freezing. Okay, cool. Whatever. That's cool.
It was weird. We went from 90 degrees literally down to 60, 55. It's on fall.
Even in 30s, I assume.
It was weird. It was super weird. Anywho, So we were all the evil clowns. And so when the train would first go by, we'd start our skit where everybody was out laughing and skipping.
Except me.
And then you had Archanon, who was playing Buick with his brother by our friend Dacular, who was Chevy. And they were the ones that were the front runners that were talking and...
Well, I was doing the talking. He was doing a lot of method acting and laughing.
Yeah.
So I was in the front, and I had a chainsaw, so I'm yelling over a chainsaw as well, saying something to the extent of,
chain was removed.
Yeah, it was chain removed. Typical horror.
Yeah. Safety precautions,
all that fun stuff. Typical anywhere you go in any haunted house, chain's gone. But it's running. And I'm yelling over it all about, does anybody have a birthday? But it was much louder than that.
He would have this very gruff and
higher,
screaming.
Take what, if you watched the last video, and then mash it into, give it a gruffer voice, but much louder. I was vocalizing it over, and most people would at least say something. Someone might even just put, a bunch of kids or something would, nominate their friend or something like that, or a family member that they don't like, or whatever. And I'd go in, that's hot, I got a present for ya, or something. And then,
No.
it was a candle. I have a candle for you.
I have a birthday candle
I have a
for
birthday
you.
candle for you. And they're just sitting like, what? And I'm just going, laughing, ha ha ha, just like the maniacal clown laugh running around.
Mm-hmm.
And Chevy is back there, and he's got his aerosol can and a lighter, and he's just like, and he just sprays down the guy, our friend, and just goes, and just lights him up in the middle of this like circle. Looks very, sacrificial. And it usually got a good rise out of everybody because
we were lighting our friend on fire as a bunch of clowns.
Yeah, and we're
around the
just
time
running around
frame when everyone was afraid of
afraid
clowns.
of clowns. Like that whole year where it was just like, if you're in a clown mask, you might get shot. Yeah, that's when we did this. So it was kind of that. We're just trolling the media at that point.
We were using
real
life fears that were going on to recreate into our show.
And it was fun.
And now that I'm thinking about it, I think it would have been 2017 and 2018 was the last year, because we were going to do it in 2019, but my brother and everybody backed down on us
the
last minute, which really, really sucked.
We did love doing this.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, and you'd been doing it since before I met you. So we were doing the skit, because it was I would be doing the I've got a candle for ya, and we would do a countdown, I think. I think we did a countdown.
I think we did the countdown. I think it was the 3, 2, 1, and then...
Yeah. And I blow out your candle and all that stuff. And I'm just going down the line of saying cheesy, quirky, happy birthday, even getting people to sing happy birthday while they're going by on the ride. Mm-hmm. And parents and kids and everybody's getting into it. And it was a lot of fun. I'm not a theatrical person, let alone charismatic. So, it was kind of interesting to be out in front it was 4 weekends in a row.
It's a little different when we can be in costume, though, and nobody knows you.
Why do you think I like this thing?
Well, what's nice about...
I think this is just going to be my persona now while I'm with you.
It's
always going to be the mask.
Or just a different mask. There's so many masks out there.
I feel better this way. Nobody has to see that mug of mine. They can see this thing.
Oh my god. Your mug is beautiful. Stop it.
Now, isn't it just so nice to take care of the
He's got, the worst self-esteem known to man. And give him love. Give him all the love in the comments. Boop. I have been doing the haunted attraction for quite many years. I started back in 8th grade. So I would have been about 13, 14, around that time frame was when I started doing my first haunted attraction for this. And that one started with my friend S. We'll call her S. I won't say full names here because we are no longer on speaking terms. S, when she used to help with the haunted attraction, that it was just me, her, and my dad. And my dad would dress up like the Grim Reaper. And then her and I would dress up like little girls. And we would do the ring around the rosy thing, sing it really creepily. And then my dad would come out as the Grim Reaper and would kill us.
Murdering children, always fun.
Murdering little girls, it's fun. And so it advanced over the time, and my dad used to have all these old antique thrashing engines, and he had set up a couple of them to where they would work on a pulley system, and it would have a saw, and he had built a body to where he could put us into this contraption to where it looked like you were tied up on this board and that this body was being sawed in half. And then, of course, we were sitting there, screaming, somebody help me, I'm being murdered.
Yeah, not even back when I showed back, by the time I came in,
they
was
were
still there.
Using it, but it was another group that had inherited it. My dad would set it up for them, and even them, I think they would use their own engines because this was basically a part of the antique thrashing show that the proceeds kind of help, still does.
Yeah, well, it still does.
Still
we still
helps.
do it. We just haven't
Yeah.
had it since 2019 or something like that.
I think the last time we did it was in 2018 because when I went to college was kind of around the time, of course, while Archanon and I were down in NIU, we stopped coming back to help because obviously we weren't coming home as often. And it was when we had finished and came back, we started helping again. Because my friend Mary would get a hold of us and she would ask us if we would help out. And we're like, oh yeah, we would love to help out with this. I loved helping when I was a kid. And, I mean, obviously, I still love dressing up and shit. And spooky shit. Or as my coworkers like to say, you like that weird shit. I literally have a plaque given to me by my coworkers on my desk at work that says weirdling.
That's actually funny. I didn't know that.
I never told you that? Yeah, they got me a plaque and it says weirdling and it sits right on my desk. It's right next to my dumpster fire plaque.
Oh, that goes without saying.
I'll have to take a picture and show you.
Yeah, I had no clue about the weirdling one.
Oh, I'll take a picture.
I don't talk to her ever.
I come home and I don't talk about work. I hate work. Unless I'm bitching about things.
Yeah, then I hear all about it for about an hour straight.
I don't talk about
Do
the
you
good
hear
thing.
me, folks? I mean, this is what we do.
So, when we started doing it again, it was zombies. It was zombies eating people.
Versus Mortal Kombat.
No, Mortal
it was.
Kombat didn't happen first. Because remember, it was civilians.
Yeah. Oh, it was civilians.
It was my brother and his friends, and they would be...
That's why I broke my rib.
Oh, that was the D&D one, I think.
Yeah, it was the D&D one when I broke my rib.
We
That
broke your
sucked.
rib. So we've done quite a few skits for this thing, because, we developed from the humans versus zombies. Then we became the Nerf gun group, because the following year was when our buddy brought all his Nerf guns.
Yep.
And then it was zombies versus the Nerf gun. And that's what we became known for, was that every year people wanted to see us with the Nerf guns.
And I think the very next year we did the fire for the first time. We did it for about
Mortal
3
Kombat.
years straight, but we still did the fire for about 3 or 4 years straight.
So, except that he would just get lit on fire.
Yeah, for whatever
separate.
reasons.
And then we finally said, hey, we need to actually work this into the skit, like, somehow. So then that's when I think we developed the
clown. I think it was the clowns.
The D&D one.
Oh, that's
when
right.
we did the D&D,
That's when we
because then
did
it was
a fireball type deal.
someone was a necromancer and would light them on fire as a sacrifice.
Yeah.
And
then we did the clowns.
because that's when the whole clown fiasco thing was going on. So then we're like, yeah, we'll totally
take advantage of this.
We'll use this to our advantage, and everyone's scared of clowns right now. And technically for like no real reason except one area.
Media.
One area was people were dressing up like clowns and were
doing bad
destroying
things.
property, obviously.
So it became a social media
phenomenon. And that's when it
know
first.
How that goes?
Yeah, and that was like the first time that it ever really, really happened. So.
People got their fears out, and we just were like, well, I guess we'll just do that this year and see what happens in a rural city situation where everybody owns a gun.
Well, I mean, we're here, so obviously it's fine. In fact, there were a lot of people that used to even dress up like clowns and would just walk around town. Because, we were a part of the group that we thought it was ridiculous, that it's like you were condemning one thing just because of in one area something bad was happening. But obviously we do not condone dressing up like a clown and destroying people's property.
Things. I don't actually
do
that.
it.
I mean, that just
makes you an asshole dressed as a clown.
Well, where we live, you know.
Well, where we live, most people are just assholes anyway. But so then, of course, it developed from the D&D group, and then it turned into the clowns, and we did that, I want to say, for at least 2 years. I can't remember if it was 3 or 2.
We did 2 years of clowns, but the first year...
We changed it up every time.
I think the first year we did clowns, it was just like humans versus clowns. Because I don't think we did the birthday party thing until...
It was zombies versus clowns.
Yeah.
That's what it was, because half of us were as clowns and the other half were zombies.
But that wasn't the year of the scare. That wasn't the year of the scare, because the year everybody was afraid of clowns was the year we did
our buddy on
birthday
fire.
thing.
Yeah.
Because we went all out with it.
We'll look it up and we'll put in a little, like,
What
thing
year
here.
it was.
What
Because
year.
I was like, I can't remember the year myself, but I do remember we did a clown and something, and then the next year everybody was afraid of clowns.
And then that's
and
when we
went
brought it
extravagant
back.
with it. We're like, no, we're just going to do clowns again, but we're going to be circus clowns.
Mind you guys, we were doing this thing
Circus.
for a long time. Like, a long time.
Again,
so us trying
since
to
she was
remember,
middle school, and
Yes.
then ever since I met her, I've been with her for 17 years now.
17. It will be 18
And we
next
stopped
May.
in 2018. So from 2006,
That would have been like 2003. So from 2003, and then...
for me, 2006, 5, 6, because that's when I, right?
Yeah, because for the first few years of high school,
Yeah.
I think while we were
Because
going
I
to
met
community
you.
college,
Yeah.
we did it.
Oh yeah.
And it was only the 3 years that we were at NIU.
Mm-hmm.
Because
So
I think when we didn't do it.
and
So
if we did do it, we showed up and just kind of messed around.
yeah,
But the clowning around it.
yeah, I
it
definitely know you helped 2005 when the year we first met. Because that was also the year the White Sox won, and we
That was so
watched
cold watching that on a freaking 9-inch
on a tiny
TV.
little TV. Like,
I'm a Cubs fan, but I married into an entire family of White Sox fans. An entire family. There's like one other
cousin
person
who
who's married
liked the Cubs.
in as well. And we're the only two that can talk to each other about baseball because, well,
Hi,
obviously.
kitty. There's a kitty chewing on my foot.
Ah,
Oh, don't chew on that. Hey.
Shitbag.
So obviously we were doing this thing for a very long time, and it was a lot of fun. It's just, I'm not even sure why. Like I said, my brother and all of his friends, like, literally, and when I mean last minute, I mean, like, the day before, he messaged me saying that they were dropping out. And I'm like, are you serious? We have all the costumes, all the props, everything ready to go, set up.
It was kind of a sad little show
yeah.
trying to do the same things. And
well, you can't do it with 3 people, because it would have been us
you and
and Dackler. And I mean, I keep calling them my brother's friends because, I mean, they technically were our friends too. But, I mean, after that happened and then seeing
some
how
other
people
things happened.
and some fallouts with D&D games and stuff, we kind of have dubbed it that they're my brother's friends now. The way I still look at it, though, is that don't cancel on people, like, the day before unless it's, like, an emergency. Like,
yeah, I get it. Hey,
Yeah.
my mom's in the hospital. I
totally get it.
Cool. I just rolled my car. Cool. I get it. But
Okay.
just be like, no, you know what? We just would rather go do something else.
Yeah,
You
we're-
told me
we're
that
not-
a month ago. I'd have called some people.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
It's nice.
But yeah, so we just wanted to touch base with everyone and kind of let you know about our real life
Crazy.
clown experiences and
What?
what.
What? I'm just... My nose itches, but not the fake one. Ah, there we go.
Does that get the itch?
No. That
It just-
actually, like, pinched the plastic on my nose. Ah, there's a beard.
Sorry. You like pain? No, I don't. No, you like pain. No, I don't. Oh, yes, I do.
Oh, God. So, we're silly.
No,
We ramble.
we're serious. We're normal. This is
This is fine.
this is fine.
This is fine.
This is fine. burning buildings. This is fine. But yes, so Archanon and I wanted to touch base with you all and do another episode of Coffee and Cosplay. Get to know us just a little bit more and
sit here and ramble, and she'll have to edit this like 16 hours just to make sure that it makes some sort of sense.
it could be all over the place. It's for clowning around. Hank, Hank. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pull your beard. I pulled the mask, and then it's like, you're like, out. I'm like, what? Beard. I am sorry.
It's alright. I was going to shave it off anyway.
My brain was thinking, I'm going to grab that. It didn't think, oh, yeah, there's
Yeah, I've got a goatee
beard
that
under
hangs
there.
down to here typically.
So, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. But we want to thank you guys for joining us on this crazy ride of September and joining us for clowning around and being a part of this silly stupidness.
I guess my coffee's out. That means the show's over, right?
I forgot to wear my nails! Get it!
Oh, gotta record it. See you later, guys. Failure.
I am a failure. I'm sorry, Dee.
Dee, she failed
I'm
you.
so sorry. This is
I'm
what
sorry.
happens every time.
Failed you miserably. This is like the worst ad for you ever. Or best. I'm not sure.
Check out Dee. She's got like the best nails ever. Like seriously. I'm just a failure.
Now see, what would have been funny is if I was wearing the nails.
You could do it. She's done nails for males.
Nails for males.
Nails for males. Nail mail. Mail
Oh,
mail.
we're getting canceled.
So, thank you for joining us here on the second episode of Coffee and Cosplay. And you can follow me on my other social medias for Twitter for Charsie Luxxx with 3 X's, or my Instagram for Charsie87, or on my other YouTube channel with my friend DC for Little Channel of Horrors. And look, I didn't mess up and say Luxy Charms. And
Yeah, there you go. There's a positive. But this is Coffee and Cosplay.
Coffee
And
Cosplay.
This is where we are. I am an eloquent, deadly clown.
And I am a debutante with my Camp Crystal Lake shirt on. Anyway, and the best part is we have literally only been drinking coffee and water.
Yeah. No
This
other
is just-
substances
this
doing
is-
anything yet.
This is just how
Yet.
naturally weird we are.
Yet.
Happy Saturday.
Happy whatever day
You're gonna see
seeing
this on Sunday though, so happy Sunday Fun Day!
Sunday, God, that just brought back PTSD.
Hmm?
It was a thing at work when I worked at that big blue conglomerate called
They knew you
Walmart.
worked at the Wally
The
Wally
World
Mart.
place.
The Wally
yeah.
Mart.
It was Sunday Fun Day, my God.
It was never Sunday Fun Day.
Understaffed, overworked as per anywhere, but, you know, they threw a Band-Aid on it by giving you Reese's. Band-Aids, man.
Well, we're gonna rip this little Band-Aid off and
Like my goatee?
Yep. It's still attached.
I don't have anything left
Cheers,
here. Cheers,
everyone. And we wanna
Uh-oh. I'll just do this.
we hope you enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your afternoon, the rest of your evening, the rest of your night, whatever time of the day it is. We hope you enjoy it.
I slobbered on myself.
Don't be like us.
Don't be like me, for the love of Christ.
Make good choices.
Make good choices, kids.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, but so what we had been saying before.
Get in the hole.
So, what we were actually talking about before was that. And then I just lost it already.
Well, I mean, it won't be it. You get it. But we will go back to, you've been doing this since
Talking
before
about,
I
yes.
met you.
Yes. So,
I have nowhere to put my drink down, so...
I mean, do you want more? Okay, leave. I mean, if you're fitting that straw up that hole, you're good.
Hmm?
What is a
The
juggalo?
I don't know. Oh, growing up in the 90s, 2000s.
The 90s were great.